Yes, it is another Thursday, folks. Hey, you're listening to SOAPBOX Daily, episode 172. I'm your host, Matt Morgan. I want to thank you very much for tuning in today, and always a pleasure to have you here. Yes, we're almost there, folks. We're almost there. It is almost Friday. The weekend is upon us. And in my neck of the woods, I have freezing rain. How about you? Where are you in the world, and how is the weather in your area? Hopefully it's a lot better than what I'm going through. So today on episode 172 of SOAPBOX Daily, and here's the funny part of this. Yeah, well, I procrastinate. So we're going to talk about tips on how to avoid procrastination. That is what we're going to talk about today. And I kind of procrastinated about doing this episode because, I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm kind of running to a slowdown as to show topics. And I think that's a sign that I should probably start tailing off into my other projects, my other podcasts, my other projects, all in all. And I know I said projects twice because I have a lot of projects. I think I have to start tailing towards going towards that. So I think maybe, we're on episode 172. I think closer to the 200s, we might just take a break on this. But we'll see how it goes, depending on what the demand is, depending on what the outcry is from my listeners, namely you. So before I forget, please check out themadmorgan.com. Yes, themadmorgan.com for more information on all our podcasts, projects, and shows from now and into the future. You'll find all the details. So if we take a break from the SOAPBOX Daily for a while, well, we'll be venturing off into other shows, which you could find on themadmorgan.com. Okay, let's get into today's show. Procrastination. Yeah, you got lots to do, but you'd rather do anything else than the task at hand. But why do we procrastinate? Is it a case of being lazy? And how do we stop avoiding what needs to be done? That's the question, because there's always stuff that needs to be done. There's not enough hours in the day to get everything done. And me personally, I prioritize based on urgency. So for instance, I have a leaky sink. My drain, because I had to unplug the drain this past weekend. Now putting it all together again, and there's a longer story there. I had to put it all together again, and now it leaks. Now I know I have to do work to it. It has a slow leak. I know I have to take it apart again, and I know I have to actually do a more thorough job, but the urgency's not really there. Now, the urgency's for my wife because she has all the stuff that was underneath the sink all over the bathroom. But for me, it's not really an urgency because, hey, things aren't leaking. Things are good. Small drip I can deal with. It's not an emergency. It's not like it's a flood. But I'm just putting it off because I have other stuff on my list. Other things that I need to get knocked out. So yeah, first let's explore the meaning of procrastination. I'll give you an example of it, but let's give you the meaning of procrastination. And the word comes from the Latin, and then see if I can pronounce this right. Procrastination. Yeah, look it up. It's out there. That's a hell of a Latin word, which means, basically what it means is putting off from day to day or deferred until the morning. Well, procrastination is about putting things off. Yeah, we know that. We usually see it as delaying things until the last minute or even after their deadline. To get scientific, procrastination is described as self-regulatory failure, where people voluntarily but irrationally delay essential tasks. Various studies have attempted to understand the reasons for this phenomenon, but we're going to discuss a few ways that you can actually avoid procrastination. Because procrastination does take many forms. Although we often associate it with putting off work or school tasks, it can apply to things like everyday chores, attending appointments, or even having potentially stressful conversations. So we're going to get into some ways to avoid procrastination. So let's go into this, just so I don't have to drag this out, procrastinate longer on the show. So here we go. If you sometimes struggle with procrastination, here's some points and some tips that can help you make progress and stay on task. Remember, sometimes being aware of the problem can help you take steps to overcome it. Number 1, set small goals. Sometimes the thought of completing one large task can seem overwhelming. Getting from the beginning to the end can seem like an impossible task. However, breaking such tasks down into much smaller steps can be helpful and useful. Having a list of small and achievable goals can help you tackle each one in turn, meaning that you make gradual progress towards completion. Understanding the fundamentals of project management can help you with setting these small goals. Number 2, organize your tasks. This point feeds into the one above, or the one we just mentioned. Having a detailed timeline and deadlines for when you will complete each of your small goals can also keep you motivated to reach your main goals. As well as setting daily goals, you can also have weekly and monthly aims that tie into all of them. This gives you the urgency to act and make progress into your work, either if it's schoolwork or project at your workplace. Number 3, focus your attention. Another way to overcome procrastination is to focus on some of the easier tasks you have to finish. Hopefully, by setting small goals and organizing your tasks, you'll be able to identify those that are easy to finish. By doing this, you'll start to build your confidence and gain some momentum. Giving yourself a purposeful focus can help you tackle one small task at a time. Number 4, remove distractions. Your work or study environment may not be helping you with your procrastination. Distractions can easily derail your progress, whether it's having your phone next to you on your desk or having the TV on in the background. These distractions can add to your stress levels and increase procrastination. Number 5, forgive yourself. It can be easy to punish yourself for procrastinating. You may tell yourself that you're being lazy or unproductive. In reality, attacking yourself in this way only serves to make you feel more frustrated and anxious and doesn't add to productivity. By being mindful of the situation, you can develop self-compassion and forgiveness. Not only can it be being kind to yourself reduce procrastination itself, it can also reduce some of the negative effects of procrastinating. So lastly on this, hey, we know a little more now about what causes procrastination, how it can impact us, and how we can avoid it. Although most of us will procrastinate from time to time, it can be very debilitating when it becomes a chronic issue. Understanding the mechanics of how it works and why you might be doing it can be the first steps to avoiding it. Take these points, these tips, everything else, hopefully they help you out. And you know, for me personally, I know I procrastinate on stuff because I prioritize stuff because there's so much on the go. But there's nothing more satisfying than when you actually complete these tasks and knock them off your list, because there's one less thing you have to worry about. Hopefully that helps you out. Thank you very much for tuning in today. Hey, keep your integrity in check. Be the best you can be. Onwards and upwards. Do the right thing when no one else is watching. Please check out themadmorgan.com. Yes, themadmorgan.com for more information on all our projects and shows from now into the future. I'm your host, Mad Morgan. Thank you for tuning in. Have an amazing day moving forward, and I will see you next episode.